Times, when someone gives advice on a particular topic, those who do not like the speaker remain laser focused on the speaker rather than the advice given. To discredit the person giving advice, detractors start by questioning the advisor's qualifications on the topic at hand. In anticipation of these reactions, please allow me to introduce my qualifications. I have a diploma in public affairs from the United States Department of Defense Information School. In that school, I was taught how to write speeches, conduct press briefings, write and edit articles, and yes, decide what information is fit for public consumption. As a public affairs officer, I had a team of journalists whose work I oversaw. These included print and broadcast journalists, videographers, and photographers. Essentially, my job was to manage information given to the public. Given that background, I hope those who do not like what I say will focus on what I say and not whether I am qualified to offer this free advice. Importantly, I am hoping that Dr. Ismaila Ceesay or Mr. Ibrahim Sankara will reflect on what I say here and take heed. Over the past few days, I heard Bandam Adama Barrow make some incendiary and embarrassing remarks that do not sit well with me. And if anyone sees Gambia outside of a political box, they should be equally concerned. I also came across the reaction of Dr. Ismaila Ceesay to the president's utterances, and unfortunately, the good doctor was struggling to pour darkness over Gambians by claiming that we didn't hear what we heard and that it was all Kefatu's fault. This is what my Bandam Adama Barrow said in Mandinka. I quote, "I am telling members of the NPP that you shouldn't have any reason to be afraid because you are the Mansas, you are the government. President Barrow cannot do all this by himself. Anyone who insults or troubles you and breaks the law, stand up strong and fight them, because I am behind you." End quote. I also heard Adama Barrow insist that he is the president until 2026, and he is the president of all political leaders and anyone leading any organization. He said when these leaders have problems, they run to his police stations. And when they get sick, they run to his hospital. And when they need papers, they go to his government. That a president will tell his political party members to fight anyone who troubles them because he, the president, is behind them is dangerous. But what makes me sad is that Adama Barrow seems to forget that he may be the president, but the powers he relies on to defend his APRC NPP do not belong to him. Those powers belong to the people, at least on paper. That he thinks he owns the hospitals and police stations is just as dangerous, and it reminds me of Yahya Jammeh, who also told us that Gambia belongs to him. That Yahya Jammeh is unwillingly languishing in a foreign land should have been a lesson for Adama Barrow. Referring to a UDP bureau, Adama Barrow said his NPP is not a Bana party, and that he saw the UDP bureau, which is like a NAR boutique, and will soon be occupied by a NAR. Unfortunate. I grew up in Bundung, in an area called Bundung Muritani. I grew up with people who were considered NARs. I know two of them who served in the Gambian military. I wonder how they may feel knowing that our president looks down on NAR boutiques. I wonder how the Banas feel knowing that our president looks down on their trade. But on to my free advice. Instead of Dr. Ceesay trying to pour darkness over Gambians as if we are not intelligent enough to understand what we hear, he should have been busy drafting a strategic communication strategy for Barrow's public engagements. An effective leader should know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, where to say it, and to whom. So to all those responsible for speaking for the president, have a strategy, a plan. That way, our president may not be going around belittling others or encouraging his supporters to fight others because they have his support. He may not be going around telling us that he, Adama Barrow, builds 50 classrooms every week. If the president goes by the communication plan, he may not be going around telling people that police stations, hospitals, and the government belong to him. Essentially, he will be guided in what he says. So I suggest you be proactive and reduce instances of having to react to save face or to try to pour darkness over us, as Ismaila Ceesay is trying. The communications team around Barrow will be doing themselves and Adama Barrow a huge favor by engaging in strategic communications. It will save you from so much spinning, and it will save us some of the embarrassing statements Adama Barrow makes, such as lifting the heads of dead people to place charms underneath them. Come on. Importantly, it will save the country from incendiary rhetoric from the president. I doubt my advice will be heeded, but just in case you want to consider it, let me know, and I will help you out for free. You don't have to give me anything from that 40 million you divided among your friends to help you with your messaging. I'll do it for free.
Yeah, that 40 million. It won't go away fast, trust me. It's a 8:45. That was Alhagie Barrow.